This is Ziggy from Combat Sports Supply here to show you the Legend Smokewagon from Umarex. This is a replica of the Colt 45 single action Army. They are a heavier all-metal build. This is the CO2 variant, so it's going to have a longer and larger grip to fit that CO2, which I find is a lot nicer for larger hands, as well as it's got the longer barrel to balance out those grips. The gun that won the West. Let's find out what you get when you purchase one of these. QR code to our 101 channel. Pistol comes with 6 shells. You get the manual with lots of pictures. Let's get into the grip. Opens right up, has the Allen wrench right in the handle so you don't have to carry around that Allen wrench to lose in the brush somewhere. Fits right into the bottom to loosen or tighten your CO2 in. One thing to notate with these CO2 systems is not to tighten it too tight. You don't want to He-Man it just tight enough to where it doesn't hiss at you. And then when putting your grips back, one thing to also keep in mind is this little tab right here. They don't just snap on, they actually rock into a hole on the grip and snap in. When you first get your Smokewagon, a thing to notate is they're gonna probably come on with the safeties on. It's a rather stiff and easy thing to forget. Click it over, red means you're good to go. A big difference between the Smokewagon single action Army and other revolvers is other revolvers are gonna be a double action. So they don't only have that hammer cockback, but you can also spam the trigger. Single action Army, no go. You're gonna have to pull that hammer every time you fire, thus creating the fan. We've all seen it on television and it looks fun, but these guns are not designed to be fanned. Their hammer is actually not up and over top of the action, which would make it a lot easier, so you're actually having to jam downward when you're pulling the hammer back. And if you're hammering it back, you're gonna break the action inside this gun or wear it prematurely. It really comes down to the gentle fanning. Slow and controlled is always the way to go. Let's get into getting your shells in and out of the chamber. First thing I always do is open up my gate to access the chamber. You're going to then half cock that back. This puts the cylinder into a free rotation. You can take the shell out and place the BB in there, but I personally keep it in this position and roll the BB into the shell itself, turn, roll the next BB in, next BB, so on and so forth. Turn the gun, use your ejection rod to push the shells out, or I just dump the gun upside down and let gravity do the job for me. The ejection rod for these do work. You just push this lever off to the other side and it will actually push your shell out. So the side chamber does not actually swing outward like other revolvers. It is in one spot, so you can't really do the whole Russian roulette click in place with a cylinder. But you can do the gambler roll. Let's talk about performance for the single action Army. Out of the box, it should be shooting 300 feet per second with 0.2 gram BBs. It does come with a hop-up that is set but unadjustable inside the barrel. When I personally use my Smokewagon, I use 0.28 gram BBs. They're gonna fly further, but you are gonna occasionally get some wacky trajectories. For accuracy, I find that 0.3s work best when you're trying to get the straightest trajectory. They're just not gonna fly as far as those 2.8s. You get about 60 to 80 shots per CO2 bulb, depending on the season. We're talking good shots here, not the little dribbles that you get at the end of your CO2 bulb. Elite Force does come out with limited editions of the single action Army, so pay attention and keep a watch for any new ones that they have coming out. The only time I've ever gotten the enemy to surrender is with this sound. It installs fear in the enemy. One of the boasts about a Smokewagon is it's not like your Glock 19. When you get up close to somebody, you're gonna have to make sure that shot counts, because every time when you fire, you're gonna have to pull that hammer back. That's not a equipment thing, that's a skill thing, and that's something to boast about when you get multiple kills with one of these bad boys. In conclusion, I absolutely love my Smokewagon. I have realistic expectations for it, and I've gotten plenty of close quarters kills with it. It's a lot of fun to shoot.
Don't be a fool!